Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn love reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not. All right, so we're going to get Romance Angel card, Romance card, Whispers of Love for overall energies, and then I have some tarot. We'll get some clarifiers and then close out with an oracle. All right, so let's get a romance card and see what energy we got going on here. Let's see who needs to hear a message. That one. All right. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. All right, let's get a romance angel. Oh, that one flipped over. So we'll take that one. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. And then let's get a Whispers of Love. I'm feeling this one right here. Maybe these two. Love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth and listen with your heart. You are listening but need to hear with a loving heart, all right? I feel like you're kind of questioning something within a relationship. Like you're like, I feel like you may be overthinking something. Sometimes if there's something that we want to, like we're not really listening. Like I feel like this is to listen clearer to what that person is telling you. Like maybe you're not really hearing them. You're hearing them, but you're not really hearing them, if that makes sense. Because I feel like you're kind of filtering it to what you're thinking they should say or what your perception is. Like you're not really hearing what they have to say. And I feel like if you look within your heart, you'll know that they're not trying to hurt you. They're not trying to be malicious, that they're trying to tell you something. All right, 9 of Cups, 3 of Swords, the Devil, 8 of Swords, 3 of Wands, Page of Cups, Death card, 8 of Wands. Okay, that's exactly what I was feeling, the energy from these cards, is that you need to take the blinders off for something. Not being more open to different perceptions, because it's almost like it's stifling you, it's holding you back. You're having those blinders on and you're only seeing this as one way. And I feel like once you realize that and you let go of that, I feel like this is a whole new way for you to perceive things. And moving forward, it kind of changes your perception in things, and that you're realizing that, hey, I'm not really listening. I'm listening, but I'm not listening. And maybe like your friends are telling you maybe the same thing. Like maybe they're trying to give you some pointers. We don't like when people criticize, right? We don't like hearing what we're doing wrong. We don't even like to tell ourselves that, and we especially don't like hearing that from other people. But I don't feel that it's a criticism in a bad way. I feel like it's constructive. It's like, but it's to help you, right? It's to open things up, because I feel like it's kind of confining you, right? Seeing it with the blinders on. Whatever this situation is, I feel like you're hurt by this person. You're hurt by someone. You're let down. You're disappointed. Like you had this 9 of Cups energy, and then all of a sudden this 3 of Swords energy comes out, and you're like, oh, You know, but maybe you were, it also could be that maybe you were romanticizing about something and then the reality of it kind of slapped you in the face and you're like, oh man, like I thought, you know, I was thinking that it was going to be this big amazing thing and it's going to be all these fireworks and unicorns and rainbows, and it's like, oh, well, wait a minute, you know, it's not what I was thinking. And then that kind of triggers you to go into this negative thinking and then putting your walls up. You're like, all right, you know what? But if you're able to look at it and say, well, I was putting it in this Nine of Cups energy to begin with, so it was going to fail before it even started because the expectations were so unbelievably out of this world high that no one or no situation could have fulfilled that. Yes, there are times when we think about something and it's like, oh my gosh, this is 10 times better than what I was thinking. But I feel like for this reading, it's that the expectations were so incredibly high that it was doomed to fail before it even started, right? Whatever this, whether it's a relationship or like whatever this resonates with you. And like I said, it kind of triggers you, right? And then it's like, okay, I'm putting up my walls. I'm going to be like the turtle. I'm going in my shell. Like, you all disappointed me and I'm not having it. So that's it. I'm just keeping to myself. I don't know why I was thinking of these positive things because every time I do, it always comes crashing down. But it's almost like you set yourself up to fail, right? But I feel like that has to do with the Death card, where it's like getting rid of those such high, unbelievable, unattainable expectations and kind of coming more back down to earth and taking those blinders off. That opens up so many other possibilities for you not to be disappointed, not only to not disappoint yourself, but to have other people that it's almost like, are you, okay, so the Devil energy, like, are you kind of setting yourself up for failure before things even start? Like, are you putting yourself into that energy, right? To set yourself up to fail before it even starts. But it's almost like looking at that and saying, yeah, well, I guess my expectations were through the roof and that there was no way that anyone could have met those expectations. So it's almost like I was trying to put myself in that energy for it to fail. But I feel like you kind of have that aha moment. It's almost like, see how the lizard, like, he has his finger, he's like, let me think about that, right? Let me think about that. That's making sense to me. That's making sense to me. And then moving on forward, like the Three of Wands, the Page of, like, feeling lighter, feeling happy, not putting all this expectation, this heaviness, and moving forward, it's like, well, let me think about that first, right? Let me think about that first. Sometimes we just need like that person or that situation or that thing to happen for us to have that moment where we're like stepping back and we're like, well, let me think about that. You know what? You're right. Like, let me really look at how I'm reacting to something or how I'm doing something, right? Oh, that brings a lot of growth, right? Evolving, change, perceiving things differently, seeing that this Devil card is around you and wanting you to be in this toxic energy and wanting you to go to be in this Eight of Swords energy, but you're like, you know what, I see you and it's not going to happen because I don't want to be there anymore. Moving forward, Eight of Wands, right? Change. Moving forward with the sun just sort of bursting through there, that it's not going to be the darkness and the heaviness of this. It's exhausting. It's exhausting trying to look at those things, and it's hard trying to see how we react, see what energy we're putting out, see those things that we're doing, see those things that we're not doing. Sometimes it can be frustrating. It's like, you kind of say, well, yeah, I guess that's why I was. I don't know why I was doing that. And being irritated with yourself. But it's like, seeing it and acknowledging it, and then being able to change that for the better, right? Not that I'm saying that the way you are is bad or wrong or anything like that, but if you're unhappy and, you know, you're constantly feeling like you're being disappointed, it's like, well, let me look at that. Why is that happening? Ten of Wands. It's a heavy burden, right? It's exhausting. Or if you're feeling like people are always against you, looking at that, why do I feel everyone's against me? But right here it says love is all around you. All right. 10 of Cups. Love that. 10 of Wands. 10 of Cups. I just feel like this energy here is like, once you realize what's going on up here, it's like, oh, it feels so much better. Why didn't I do this earlier? But earlier you weren't ready for it. So you can't be angry with yourself, because earlier you weren't in the frame of mind to be able to be open to see what was going on. So feeling lighter, I feel like it's that young energy. It's like starting new and starting fresh and feeling young, ready for change, right? Change, definitely change. Moving towards the future. And then we have the Fool card on the sail, looking towards the future. Like, this is a big change for you. And like I've said before, is I feel like Capricorn is going through change. Capricorn is like I was saying in another video, that I feel like in the past, like Capricorn always had so many burdens, so many, you know, had the 10 of Wands on our backs, and, you know, feels like trying to move forward is like being in quicksand or being in mud, and it's like, oh, why is everything so difficult? Why is everything so challenging? And going through all of these challenges and these letdowns and these growth spurts, and it's like, now I feel like it's time to let those things go and to not be in that energy. And sometimes it's, you know, it takes longer to realize that, like, yeah, that's how it used to be, but there's change coming. There's new ways, different perspectives. Changing the old ways, right? The wheel. Things changing, things turning towards the positive, towards a brighter future, right? 3 of Wands, 3 of Wands. Moving forward, letting go of what's holding you back and ready for that change, right? Moving forward. Sometimes that's a scary thing. So it's like, oh, okay, I'm not really sure. This doesn't feel right. So let me go back to the way things were. But then you're like, oh, the way things were doesn't feel right either. So you're like, I feel like I'm stuck in the middle, but deciding that you want to move forward, right? Because we have the 8 of Wands twice. All right, Wombat spirit, be at home, right? The 10 of Cups, feeling safe, feeling like you're in a better place. And once you change to this new way of thinking, then that becomes home, that becomes regular. And the old way of thinking is like, oh, wow, that doesn't feel right at all. This new way feels so much better, feels so much lighter, feels so much more fulfilling. Opens up a lot of possibilities. All right, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.